Hello, dear explorers. Here I am talking about an activation that is making me very happy. I'm going to talk about the gate or the gene key, depending which system you prefer. Number one, the creative, the first hexagram out of 64. It's one of the activations I have in my profile, in my human design profile, 2 times, and it makes a channel with the 1/8 channel. I will shortly touch on the subject of the channel of inspiration too. So, I felt very inspired to do this video because it's one of the keys I couldn't even wait talking about. So when it got activated now, the first day, I was so enthusiastic. Fire is something that I was always fascinated about. Fire, metaphorically, of course, not necessarily the fire in front of me, but even seeing the fire inspired me. And the Promethean theme, the Prometheus as a whole, always inspired me as a figure to understand deeper what's happening there. So, the first thing I want to say is that many times people that know me or been around me always told me like, oh, you must be a fire sign. I always like to move, I always like to dress colorful, to be enthusiastic, and surprise, in the European system, in the astrological system, I don't have any fire placements. But I do have this activation 2 times. So I decided to make a video for us, all of us that have this activation, or for those of you who know people who have this activation. For me, the key one is about creativity in the purest form. People that have this activation have an inner fire that is always like burning inside and waiting to be, shared with the world. May it be creation using words or creation using colors or music, or in a way or another it's related to the fire within, the fire of creation and the fire of inspiration. What I felt very interesting when contemplating this key and listening to the contemplations and all that was possible to listen about this, what I really liked was the road this key has from shadow to the CD part. The shadow, I think it's very familiar to all of us having this activation. I feel it like a void. It may be sadness, it may be numbness, it may be depression, but anyway, it's like a void. It's like the tank of creative energy feels with nothing there. It's just nothing. And I guess many people that work in the creative field know how that nothingness feels. It's like not being able to get anything out there in public till you don't process your feelings enough, or your inner turmoil enough. When we go to the gift part of it and the city part of it, we have freshness and beauty. And I think most of my friends have Gene Key 1. I like to be surrounded by people who have this activation, and I can say that the way they reinvent their lives, the way they all the time ignite that pioneer spirit in them, that's fascinating for me. And they create beauty by this reinvention and by this freedom to explore life. And I really resonated with what Richard Rudd said in his contemplation, mentioning the poem with the line, "Wanderer, you make your path by walking." And I believe that the Gene Key 1 does that. They create the life they want to live. They live the life they want to live. And many times when that fire ignites, it's just a continuous joy of life, a continuous inspiration. And that inspiration and that fire that comes from within becomes an inspiration and a fire that lights the life of other people around. So for you who have this activation, try to express that. Try to find that unique expression and empower your unique expression and the unique expression of other people. When this gate is meets gate 8, they form what is called the channel of originality, or the channel of the role model, or the channel of inspiration, 1-8. And here we have a personality that becomes a role model for others through living their own creative process, through expressing their own style and creative process. And for those of you who have it, I also made a video on the gate 8. For those of you who have it, I guess you're very familiar with that energy that is active in you, the unicity or the uniqueness of 1 and the style and the refinement of 8. They blend in so nicely and usually inspire people in very interesting ways. So I'm very curious how you feel this activation. For me, the first moment it got activated, I got so enthusiastic about it. You will see also the article I wrote. I will share it in the video. For me, it brought huge happiness. And I find the first activation to be full of life and passionate about living, passionate about mistaking. You can imagine an artist doing, I don't know, some music or some art or anything that ignites that inner fire, and he's not afraid to make mistakes. He's just in a flow of expressing. And I find that this activation is loves life and is very passionate about living life with that full fire. And while doing that it also empowers others to live their uniqueness and to express their uniqueness. And usually people that have this activation like to have near them people that are unique. And I can tell for sure that I like to have friends from all countries, from all walks of life. I like people who express who they are and embrace who they are. And may we meet, and may I ignite something in you, and may you, all that have 1 in your activation, ignite passion and creativity in others. And I hope that this light that we bring in us and in the other ones will make the world be more luminous and radiant. Thank you for watching, and meet you soon.